Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to a new video on the ZS. Hope everyone's well and things going good. So there won't be no more work on the wheels at the moment due to the jet wash not working properly. We're waiting for some parts on that before we can go any further. So I'll be moving on to the front of the car today. Make sure that the bonnet's all sorted out and the front bumper. And then we'll turn around and see what we've got on the back end. So let's get started. Had that paper under the car because I had an oil leak which I fixed last night off camera. Just a washer on the sump plug. It was making a mess of the floor every night, so I sorted that one out. I apologise in advance today if I'm not myself, but my partner's back in hospital again, so things feel a bit weird again. She's had quite a rough month now, to be fair. Hopefully she'll be getting sorted out and be back to normal. Right, let's get on with this car. So I'll be using some 320, flattening down the bonnet, and then we'll see if there's any stone chips or anything like that. also decided to do this side of the roof at the same time while I was handing the bonnet and front end. Just makes sense to do it like that. So I've then decided that it makes sense to do the other side of the roof at the same time. So that's what I'm doing now. Trying to make my mind up whether to speed things up when I do things like this or just leave it raw and let people see what I'm actually doing. I get comments for both ways, so it's hard to know what to do. If you can leave a comment in the link below and let me know what you think, whether I should time lapse all stuff like this or whether I should show more detail of what I do. Okay, so this is what we got after flattening down the bonnet. As you can see, it's flattened down quite nicely, but we do have some stone chips, which to be fair, for one of these, is not very many. There's a few more on these edges. One here. Some bigger ones up the top here. A couple more here. Some more of the back here, you get the idea. And this side, same thing again. One here, here. Some bigger ones over here. A few here. So overall, not too bad really. Same with the roof. We've got no rust along the front rubber on the roof, which is nice. We do have a couple of little marks like this one here. Again, just stone chips. Another one here. Seems to be my life, that does. Forever filling in stone chips. Couple of marks in the middle of the roof of this one. Not quite sure what that was caused by, but that will need just flattening down to bare and filling over. All the back of the roof. Stone chip over there, as you can see, but no rust, which is great. Same on this side. A few stone chips on the pillar. On the edges of the roof again as normal. But the main roof is still really, really good. No rust on the edges. So, overall, we've just got some stone chips to sort out. This is that mark I showed in a couple of videos back, what that bird's muck done. That's the state that I left the paintwork in, just from having bird's mess on the car. So it's always best to get that off as soon as possible. Even if your car's waxed, etc., or even protected, that will still eat through it if it's left there for days. Right, so I'll put you back on the stand, get all these little stone chips filled up, which I will time lapse, and then we'll go from there. As always, before putting any filler on, I always go over the panels with a panel wipe, get rid of as much dust and debris as possible, make them as clean as possible before putting filler on. So here we go. Alright, so that's wiped down. This is why we wipe it down, because I've just found a little dent in the roof which I wouldn't have seen if I hadn't blown it down and wiped it down with the panel wipe. Don't know if you can see that, but in the roof where these little marks are, just in the middle of them, there's actually a little dent that needs filling. Very hard to show on the camera. I think if I run it across you can see it, yeah, as I go into the light there you can just see it popping on and off the camera. Obviously I don't want to do a full paint job and then have a dent in the middle of the roof, so I'm glad I found that now and I can get that sorted out. Here's how we left the bumper yesterday, so any filler left over from doing the front of the car and the roof I'll put into this if it's not gone off. Right, let's mix up some filler and get some more of this body done. Okay, let's get this car filled up on the panels we just prepped. One big tip I can give you all is when you're doing bodywork like this is to wash your hands every 10 minutes. I must wash my hands 30, 50 times a day. But as long as all the oils and stuff ain't coming off your hands and going onto the bodywork, you're going to get a much better finish in the end result. So well worth it. Okay, so I think that's all them skimmed up. A lot of them little chips that I just showed you had already been done on the previous go round when I first started on it. But we certainly found quite a few more, and then they're filled. Right, while that's drying, I think we'll sand down what we done on the bumper yesterday and then get that refilled as well. So we're starting to get there with the car. It's over halfway now, which is nice. Hope everyone who's watching is enjoying the series. I'm getting lots of nice comments from people saying that they enjoy what I'm doing and when's the next one coming out. Keep up the good work and things like that, so that's great, thanks very much. Also, my subscribers are going up very quickly every day at the moment, so I must be doing something right. Hopefully that will continue and we can save as many of these cars as possible. Okay, so the bumper's back out. Just sand down yesterday's filler, get that refilled where it needs to be done, and get this bumper done, hopefully. Right, let's go. First things first, get the mask on. everyone. Keep me going. of missed a little bit, needed to get that done. Okay, so as you can probably tell, it's been a bad day for me so far. My partner going to hospital, etc. It's now going to be a double bad day because I might be losing my garage as well. So that's not good. A lot of stuff to move. Hopefully that won't be the case, but it's not looking good. But what I will say is I won't stop doing the cars. It'll just be a case of I have to find somewhere else. Hopefully somewhere even bigger. And rebuild and start again. It took me 10 years to get to this point, but you have to do what you have to do. It's my own fault, got behind the bills a bit. Lots been happening over the last sort of couple of months, so things have got a bit slack. And I'm sort of the hands-on person. I only do all the dirty jobs, bodywork, etc., stuff like that. I'm not very good on the computer, paying things and sorting stuff like that out, bills out and stuff like that, so they're going a bit slack and the landlord wasn't too impressed, so what can I do? But anyway, let's get on with this ZS. That bumper's all sanded down now, so I'll refill that and we'll go from there. Not sure what to do next, can't do the wheels on that other side because of the jet wash, so I think once we got the bumper where I want it and the front and top done, I'll spin the car around and we'll have a look at the back end. And then we got the passenger side to look at, which I think I've done most of already. So we're starting to get there now, which is great. Shouldn't be too long now and we'll have it in the spray bay, up on the stands and masked up and going into primer, which I'll film for you too. Okay, let's go. And to be honest with you, these Rovers and MGs that I'm saving are probably the most of my problems because I obviously don't no profit on doing these. Cost me thousands to build each car, whereas I could be earning £60 an hour working on a Mercedes or something, etc., a VW for a customer. I put a lot of hours into these after work every night, probably 8 hours. So these are causing me a fair bit of trouble. I need to find a way where I can do these as well as keep the garage running, earning money with the normal cars that I do. Any suggestions from you lot are welcome. The whole idea of the YouTube channel was to see if I can get it to pay a little bit back to help towards buying these cars and restoring them, so I don't keep shelling out, because obviously if I put £5,000 into a car and rebuild it, these MGs and Rovers, etc., are just not worth that unless they're special edition like Metro Turbos and stuff like that. So any suggestions in the comments please, and we'll take the channel from there. Hopefully I can sort things out. If not, I'm going to have to switch over to doing 2, 3, 4-year-old cars, showing a few of them on the channel, where I can actually make some profit for doing the work, like light damaged ones, front end, sides, etc. Or I'll be back on my little courses and first time cars and stuff like that, because I can do them within a couple of days, make £500–600 profit on each car, nice and easy. Whereas these ZS's and Rovers and stuff that I rebuild can take weeks, even months, and there's no profit in them whatsoever. Don't get me wrong, I do like saving them, I like the cars, and I'll save as many as I can, but I need to sort this out so it's worthwhile for everybody, and we'll go from there. Anyway, you don't want to hear all my problems all the way through the video, so we'll carry on with this car, and hopefully you can send me a few comments and let me know what you think and what I should do from here. Looking good. So that's more filler in the bumper. Takes time to get these to the right shape and get rid of all the imperfections, but it's worth taking the time because the finished result looks much better, if not as good as new. You've seen my bumpers that I've done before on like the previous car, like on the 45, etc. And I like to make them look better than they come out of the factory if possible. So that's what we try and do. So the time and the effort into the prep makes for a much better finished panel. Right, so onto the car again. Let's get these bits sanded down that we've done earlier and keep working our way through this car. Just making sure you can see.
Right, let's get this turned round and have a look at the back end. Time to wash my hands again. I think I'll do a little chart and see how many times I wash my hands today, shall I? And I'll let you know at the end. Okay, let's see what we've got to sort out on this back end. We need to flatten everything down because it's been outside. I think I'll do this quarter at the same time as doing the rear actually. It's we've got that up there to sort out. A couple of dents in the back of the quarter there. And we'll work our way along this bumper. Let's have a look inside here, make sure this one isn't damaged like the other side. So yeah, we've got a screw hole and some extra screws for no reason, so we'll whip them out and sort that out. But it's nothing like the other side was, so that's not too much of a problem. This side's all good and the rest of the arch is all good. So that's great. Petrol cap hasn't got any rust around the edges. So that's nice. And I think most of this side has already been done. And we'll just check through it, make sure there's no stone chips. See what we got, but let's get this back end sanded. I'll do the bumper first and then we'll tackle this boot. I think it's pretty good, looks like it's dent free. There's a few fine bits of rust on the top of the boot there. I don't know if you can see them on the camera. You probably can now, I'm going close. I think this was caused at the same time as whoever grinded near the car. But these will all sand out on the bodywork, that's not a problem. And then we've got a spoiler to sort out. It's got a few little bits and pieces on it, but nothing that won't sand out again. No damage underneath it. Need to clean up in the top there a bit better, because that's obviously not good enough to be painted over. Sort this out, that's just a cobweb. So the spoiler's in pretty good nick from what I can see. Same on this side. Again, needs a bit of a clean out under there, but that can be sorted, that's not a problem. Actually, there's actually a couple of small stone chips on the boot I've just seen as I'm walking past it. So we'll sort them out as well. Right, so let's get to 320 in this bumper. And we can see if there's anything to sort out, anything to straighten, anything to fill. And we'll go from there. I'll keep bringing you back in to see the progress. So let's go. Okay, so that's the back end flattened off. Getting hot, even though it's the middle of the night. Obviously need to re-skim this here and get this all shaped up. Gonna cut them out in a second and get them ready to be filled. Bumper's looking pretty good all the way around. I did see a couple of small bits that needed doing, but nothing too major. This end piece hasn't stayed on, so we're gonna have to get some body kit sealer in here. Probably peel it back and then stick it on overnight. All the corners and stuff like that are all good. There's no chunks out the side of the bumper. Can't remember where the bit was now I needed to fill. There weren't much there. Here it is, just this little tiny bit here. Just need to reshape that. So that's not bad at all, really, is it? Same with the boot, really. Can't really see any damage. Feels like it's all nice and straight. Couple of tiny stone chips to fill. Nothing major. Excuse me breathing like this, I'm obviously a bit out of breath from doing that. I have been sanding for quite a few hours now though, as you can probably tell how much I've done tonight so far. This is why it's a bit longer video tonight, because I'm trying to really plough through and get on with this one a bit. Right, I'm going to get this all wiped down and fill it up. No, I'm going to cut them two bits out there first, so you can watch me do that, and then we'll get some filler mixed up. Alright, let's get this bit done. When I got the car, these bits of damage weren't even here, but there's some bad drivers out here on the industrial estate, so someone's obviously reversed and hit it. Same with this one up here, that was a bit of damage from a courier van. Obviously some people around here just can't drive properly. This isn't the only car that's been hit, I've had quite a few hit to be fair. some people just don't care. They just get in the van, truck, whatever they've got, and just drive off and leave it, don't they? We get plenty of that. I've got another ZS like this, which is silver, and the whole back door has been pushed in. Which you'll be seeing come to the channel very soon. So I might actually be tying that one in with doing this one, because they're both silver, so I can paint things at the same time, like bumpers, bonnet and stuff like that that got to come off the car. Right, I'm going to get this all wiped down now and start to fill it up. Next thing we'll do first though is wash my hands. Another mark on the tally on the board. See how high we get by the end of the night. Just running my hands across that top repair there and noticed it's a little bit too high, so I'm just going to flatten that down. That should do it. Right, get them filled up. Right, so I just done a load of work and forgot to film it. Mine's just not in the right place at the moment. But right, I'll show you what I've done. So, prepared and filled this quarter on all 3 repairs. Done the edge of this bumper. Couple of stone chips on the edge of the boot. Put some more fillet into the front bumper, what I had left over from doing them bits. And a couple of higher pieces up on the top of the quarter panel here on this side. So that'll bring you up to date to where I was. I'll say sorry about not filming what I was doing, but I didn't realise I hadn't turned the camera on. So we'll let them dry off now and work out what we're going to do next. I think I'll remove this wheel down here now and see what we've got on this inside arch. So let's have a look. Very important to get these in the right place when you drag them up. If you don't want to go through the floor or bend the floor up. Okay, let's get this wheel off. Nope, not got my own up. Another lovely tyre, still all wobbly again. That's great. Right, let's show you what we got. Oh, by the way, this is how I would have done the wheels normally. When we do the outer rim, then just sand the wheel down and reprime. which this would have worked, but obviously you get a much better job if you take it back to bare, and that's what I've been doing with the oven. But anyway, let's have a look under this arch. These little bits here, little bits of tar from off the road, we'll just sand them off. All up and around the arch is nice. We'll get this screw out. That's just tar. We'll fill this hole here, we'll get rid of this middle screw. Fill that hole there. In fact, we'll just actually see what these screws are doing, because by the feel of this bottom one, that's doing nothing. That one's actually connected, and so is that one. So we'll remove the bottom one, put the other two in properly, if still needed, and get that repaired. Bit untidy under here, this is going to need a bit of a tidy up when up on the ramp. Nothing I haven't done before. All this will come off. These will look like brand new by the time I finish them. Anyway, let's get this ground down and fiberglass these little holes and stuff. Get it all shaped up. Okay, so that should have sorted that out. Get rid of these holes. I made sure this spat is still connected to the bumper nice and tight. It's been sealed on properly by those things, so the screws can come out and stay out. So let's get this fiberglass up and then all smoothed in. And guess what? Hand cleaning time again. Starting to chalk up a few marks on the board now. Okay, so let's get this started. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing, my head's not in the way. Try not to spread it everywhere if you can, because it's quite hard to get off when you start to sand it back. But obviously put enough on to fill the holes. And what you've got to do. Should be enough to get started. Let me take in to see what I've done. Doesn't look very tidy, but once it's sanded back and you get a couple of layers of normal filler on top of that and then a final fill to skim it up with the soft filler, that will look fine and just as good as a panel with nothing on it whatsoever. Whew, getting knackered now, it's 2:30. Put a fair few hours in now, been sanding nearly all night. Whew, it takes its toll. But we've got to carry on, so we'll let that dry. And as soon as we can, we'll get back onto these. No, they're not quite dry. Right, I'm having a coffee then. Have a coffee, let these dry off, and I'll start sanding the rear end and the bits that we've repaired on the back here. Still got bits on the bumper to do as well. Don't know where the hours go. I keep doing these bits and keep doing them and keep doing them. The hours just fly by. Before you know it, you look outside and morning's on its way. It starts to get light. Pitch black at the moment, as you can see. If I go outside, you can't see a thing. Whew, it's nice and cool out here though, because I'm obviously really hot from sanding, etc. It'd been a nice night to go fishing. I haven't got time for that at the moment. I've got to get these done. Especially if I've got to change garage or something like that. Right, time for a quick coffee. 10-minute break. Be back soon. Right, well, waiting for the cat with the boil, as you can probably hear in the background. This is how many times I've washed my hands so far. So what we are, 5, 10, 15, 16, 17. It's quite a few times, but I can assure you that's definitely the best thing to do. After touching filler, fiberglass, dirty panels, all sorts of things around the garage with grease on, door handles, everything. All these little things will make a big difference to doing your bodywork. So, take it from me, wash your hands as many times as possible after doing anything whatsoever. Right, so I've had to put the wheel back on and bring it back in, shut the door now. It's starting to get light outside. I'm absolutely knackered, as you can probably see in my eyes and face. I've got no energy left whatsoever, so I'm going to call it a day on this one. And we'll get back onto it again tomorrow. I'd like to say thank you for all the new subscribers and all the people that have watched the video. Everyone who's watching the video, which is thousands of people, can you please subscribe and help the channel? And we'll go from there. Thanks a lot. I'll see you tomorrow.